Hello everyone and welcome to A Slice of My Life. In today's video, we have been given an awesome opportunity by MecArmy to take a look at the EH4 multi-tool EDC Carabiner. Full disclaimer, MecArmy has very kindly sent this over for me to take a look at, and at the time of recording and uploading this video, the Kickstarter campaign for this Carabiner multi-tool is live and running. That said though, I want to make it clear that this isn't going to be a full review video, however, I will still be sharing some honest thoughts about it. MecArmy is calling this their all-in-one versatile multi-tool carabiner that features a screwdriver, key holder, carabiner, and ruler in one compact design, so let's see what this is all about, starting with the unboxing. The EH4 comes in a textured black box that has a band around it that sports MecArmy slogans and taglines. Sliding the band off reveals the classy gold foil MecArmy logo on the front of the box. Lifting off the lid reveals the EH4 multi-tool, vacuum sealed in a bag, along with a key ring and a thank you card. Simply tear open the vacuum sealed bag via the opening notch. And here is a closer look at the EH4 in all its glory. One of the first things that stood out to me about the EH4 is just how light it is. It weighs a mere 41 grams. Yay for titanium. The finish of the EH4 is a little matte and smooth to the touch, which is, in my mind at least, different from the sandblasted stone-washed finish that MecArmy has stated. Perhaps they used a very fine medium during the stone washing process. It's not a bad thing, just pointing it out. The finish is very even all around the entire piece, even the carabiner latch arms. Speaking of the latch, the spring tension is surprisingly good, and due to its construction, there is virtually no wiggle, so it feels really good. It's strong and snappy and offers a good sense of security. Here's a look at more of the details and features of the EH4, starting with the MecArmy logo on its spine. One side features the metric ruler marking of 5 cm and the other features the imperial ruler marking of 2 inches. All markings are laser etched, so they won't be coming off easily. You'll find 2 slots on the main body of the EH4. The one that's higher up is a 4mm driver bit slot, and the other one that's closer to the edge is for you to attach a key ring. Alternatively, you can loop a 550 paracord through if you'd like. Speaking of key rings, MecArmy is offering some cool key rings on the Kickstarter page too. The link is in the description below for you to check out. On the bottom, you'll find another 4mm driver bit slot as well as a swivel door that holds 3 double-sided bits. The door is held in place with a D10 bolt type system that I believe is spring-loaded and is pretty secure. I'm glad they machined out a nail nick, otherwise I'd be struggling to open it up. Let's take a closer look at the included double-sided bits. Going from left to right, the first bit features a size 1.5 and size 2 hex heads. The second bit features Torx T6 and T8 heads, which is perfect for most pocket knives, and the last bit features a size 0 Phillips head and a size 3.5 flat or slotted head. This bit slot on the bottom has a magnet embedded, so the bits you insert will be held securely in place. It's quite comfortable to use the EH4 as a driver in this orientation, but if you need a little more torque, simply use the bit of your choice in the side slot. However, the bits slide freely through this slot, so you'll have to pay a little more attention here, but I guess it's a fair trade-off given the overall size of the tool. One more thing to take note, the storage area for the bits holds the 3 4mm bits almost perfectly, so you will have to be intentional when storing the bits. Of course, you can swap out to other 4mm bits too, just take note of the overall length of the bits. On to the size and dimensions, the EH4 is 60mm tall, 32mm wide and 6.8mm thick. And here's how it compares in size to these items: a standard lighter, a pen, and this is the Tie-Scribe Bolt Mini V2, a Civivi Elementum, and if you happen to have it, the Civivi Elementum Utility, a credit card sized card, a Victorinox Classic SD, a Cherry Profile keycap, and of course I gotta break out the good old stubby. Out of all the items I've used for the size comparison, I believe that the most common item here would be a credit card sized card, so here's a direct comparison between the two, and I'm sure this will give you a pretty good idea of the overall size of the EH4. Let's move on to the usage of this. I've used the EH4 for some basic tasks like knife maintenance and opening up keyboard cases, and I'm happy to report that the EH4 gets the job done without any problems. To be fair, it's a very straightforward carabiner multi-tool. I've also tried using the side slot when installing and removing screws, but in all honesty, it's not the best experience. By nature of the grip, you'll automatically have better rotational torque, but since it's a free sliding slot, there's no practical way to apply any downward pressure. In fact, in my opinion, the risk of slippage is so high that I don't recommend anyone to consider seriously using the bits in this slot, since slippage also runs the risk of damaging the surface you're working on. The Carabiner function, of course, is a useful one. You can clip it onto your bag strap, a belt loop, or just simply hang it from a hook of some sort. It really is a straightforward, no frills kind of thing. The only main difference here is that with a standard or more traditional style carabiner, you can simply hook your keyring via the main clasp and unhook it easily, but in the case of the EH4, you have to attach it via the keyring slot. Otherwise, your keys or anything else you hook on will be hanging from a rather awkward position. Also, I've tried using the EH4 as a ruler to cut lines and it works fine. Not the most comfortable experience, but in my opinion, comfort for doing tasks like this should not be of high priority for small multi-tools like this. It's meant to help you when you're in a pinch, and it does that just fine. So, who is the MecArmy EH4 Carabiner multi-tool for? If you already have a well-curated EDC set, this isn't for you. If you are looking for a multi-tool that has a blade or pry bar or a bottle opener, because every other multi-tool seems to have a bottle opener function, then this also isn't for you. However, if you're looking to include a set of common bits and small driver as your EDC, this might just be what you're looking for. If you're someone who is currently hanging your keys from a carabiner, and not a climbing one by the way, then this is something to definitely consider. And if you're someone that is looking for mini, compact, yet useful EDC tools to either lighten your current carry or reduce the number of items you stash in a pouch or bag, then this could be a pretty solid item to have in your arsenal. Personally, I find the MecArmy EH4 useful and convenient enough that I'm clipping it onto my gym bag because you never know when those screw bits will come in handy. It's so light and so compact that it practically disappears into my bag, and of course, it being a carabiner means I can clip on my shaker bottle for a hands-free experience if my bag has no more space. Finally, let's talk about the price point. The aluminum, stainless steel, and titanium versions of the EH4 are listed at $49, $59, and $69 respectively, but keep in mind that these are Kickstarter prices, which means that the MSRP of these will be higher. Of course, you can find way more detail on the Kickstarter campaign page, such as bundle deals and additional titanium keyrings. The link will be in the description box below. At this point, I'd like to say that this being a Kickstarter campaign might be a cause of concern for some of you, and I, for one, believe in exercising caution and doing proper research before taking part in the crowdfunding campaign because it is important to understand and accept the potential implications. Okay, let's get back on track. If you are interested in snagging yourself one or a couple of the MecArmy EH4 Carabiner multi-tool, then make sure to check out the link below. I just checked the campaign page at the point of recording and the campaign has already met its target goal, so congratulations to MecArmy. And that is it, everyone. Thank you so much for sharing in this slice of my life. If you enjoyed this video, please click the likey. If you're new to the channel and you want more content like this, then please consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell. Once again, this is the MecArmy EH4 Carabiner EDC multi-tool. A big thank you goes out to MecArmy for sending this my way, and I will catch all of you in my next slice. Bye!